Galaxy S25 Plus is the middle child of Samsung Galaxy S family, and like any other middle child, it is often neglected and forgotten. Galaxy S25 Plus does 95% of what Galaxy S25 Ultra does, but at a much lower price. Right now, Galaxy S25 Plus is around $300 lower than the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Basically, if you don't care about the downgraded S Pen, the anti-reflective display, and the 5 times telephoto lens on the back, you better save some money by getting the S25 Plus. But if you want to get the best of the best, S25 Ultra is the one to get. Unlike the previous model, one thing that is identical this year is that both Galaxy S25 Plus and Galaxy S25 Ultra come with a slightly overclocked Snapdragon 8 Elite, the latest Snapdragon chipset. This chipset is powerful and power efficient. For example, in my test, I found out that in a specific task like gaming, the chipset can be as much as 25% more power efficient compared to the last generation of Snapdragon chipsets, let alone Exynos. Also, this year, they both come with 12GB of RAM, which is identical. There is another area that makes the S25 Plus very close to the S25 Ultra, and that's the design. S25 Ultra now has rounded corners instead of the sharp corners for which Samsung Ultra phones were known. This makes it similar to the Galaxy S25 Plus, which kept its form factor with rounded corners. The Galaxy S25 Plus has a similar panel as last year. It is an LTPO 6.7-inch AMOLED display. It is slightly smaller than the 6.8-inch AMOLED display on the S25 Plus, but they both have the exact pixel count. It is an 8-bit 4040 by 31 by 20 pixels, which is a standard at this size. Finally, since the S25 Plus display is smaller, you get a better pixel density, even though it is unlikely that you would notice it. The main difference is that the S25 Plus has a normal display, and the S25 Ultra display is anti-reflective. It is the second generation anti-reflective display from Samsung. One important caveat: if you plan to put a screen protector on your Galaxy S25 Ultra, you will lose all those anti-reflective properties. You will only keep them if you go coverless. If you plan to add an anti-reflective screen protector that you can buy directly from Samsung, you are going to be fine. But do take note that you can do the same with the S25 and S25 Plus too. So this difference is only a deciding factor if you absolutely plan to not put any screen protector on your phone. There is a new camera ring on both phones. The S25 Plus comes in 4 colors. It comes in icy blue, a nice subtle color. It comes in mint, a subtle green. It comes in navy, dark blue, and silver color without silver shadow. The frame is made of aluminium. Meanwhile, the S25 Ultra also comes in 4 colors: titanium black, which is a very deep gray, and titanium blue, which is similar to navy blue on the S25 Plus, titanium gray, and titanium silver. On the back, one obvious difference is that the S25 Plus has one less camera. It has only one 3x telephoto lens, while the S25 Ultra has 2 telephoto lenses, one 3x and one 5x. Neither phones got a camera upgrade except for the ultra-wide camera on the S25 Ultra. But let's break down what's there right now. The main camera on the S25 Plus is a 50 megapixel f1.8 24mm wide with a sensor size of 1 to 156 inches. While on S25 Ultra, it is 200 megapixel f1.7 24mm 1 to 1.3 inches. As you know, the larger the sensor, the better it is for gathering more light and getting more information. If you want to understand what I'm talking about, here the red area is the main sensor size of the S25 Plus, green is the sensor size of S25 Ultra, and blue is the 1-inch sensor that we see in some Chinese phones. Do you realize this difference? I personally do, but the difference is going to be very minimal if you're shooting in daylight. And if you upload them in social media, the social media are going to smash your pictures and going to encode it, and the quality is not going to be the same anyway. So the difference is not as huge as it sounds like. The telephoto sensor on the S25 Plus is 3x telephoto lens, while the S25 Ultra has the same 3x and 5x telephoto lenses as before. Also, the size of the telephoto sensor on the S25 Plus is relatively small. It is only 10 megapixels compared to 50 megapixels on the S25 Ultra 5x telephoto sensor. The ultra-wide sensor on the Galaxy S25 Ultra is improved now. There is a 50 megapixel sensor compared to the 12 megapixel sensor on the S25 Plus. Both phones also support the new software, which has a special processing for skin tones under artificial light. Looking at the photo taken by the S25 Plus on the left and S25 Ultra on the right side with the ultra-wide lens, I would not be too quick to dismiss the quality of the S25 Plus, but the S25 Ultra did manage to get the skin tone better. Even though the shutter lag is slightly improved in One UI 7, it still exists to a degree. Here, I asked Daria to walk towards me to see whether the picture gets a bit blurry. And we can see that there is still some blurriness in low light settings on both phones. With the main lens, both phones managed to take great pictures indoors and got the skin tone right, even though there were many lights in the scene. I do notice that the phones do better with orange light compared to purple light, though the pictures are again high quality, and I would say the S25 Ultra did better here, largely due to the bigger sensor. Both phones have the same selfie camera. Here, I do feel that the S25 Ultra did a better job, and it could very well be because of the angle at which we were shooting the picture. All in all, I do feel the pictures are close enough, so it would not be a deciding factor when choosing one. Of course, we can't deny the zoom range on the S25 Ultra is much better than the S25 Plus. I will put that into the test in the upcoming weeks. Both phones have a similar camera app with identical functionalities, and Samsung is not crippling either of them to give an advantage to the other one. For example, both of them can now shoot in log, which is great news. Log format lets you shoot a video with a higher dynamic range, and you can also color grade it later in Adobe Premiere or DaVinci Resolve to make your footage look similar to real camera footage. I'm not great at color grading, but I'm trying to get better at learning how to edit videos and make better pictures. That's why I'm following a course on Skillshare, the sponsor of today's video. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, freelancing, and productivity. Skillshare can help you take your career, passion, and hobbies to another level. One thing I learned throughout my photography and videography journey is that these skills should be practiced daily, like just training your body. And you should have a plan for it. In 2025, I made a plan to shoot and learn daily. That's why I started 2 courses, one on portrait photography by Desdemona Dallas, which helps me become a better photographer by teaching posture and lighting, and another by Marcus Brownlee on how to become a better creator, where I've learned a lot of tips and tricks. These courses are well structured and easy to follow. I will put the link to Skillshare in the description below. The first 500 people to use my link will receive a 1-month free trial on Skillshare. Get started today. Also, the battery capacity stays the same on both S25 Plus and S25 Ultra. Therefore, the S25 Ultra comes with a 5000 mAh battery, and the S25 Plus comes with a 4900 mAh battery. It can disappoint some users, especially since Chinese phones have new battery technology and 6000 mAh batteries without sacrificing weight. However, considering the efficiency of the latest chipset, it will still support you throughout the day without any issues. Both phones also support 45 watts charging. One difference is that the S25 Ultra is 25 watts Qi2, while the S25 Plus is 15 watts, but that's only a small difference. Also, you get the same software on both of them, including new features like searching inside the app using context-aware algorithms, voice eraser, new skin tones, and denoising of nights videos. By the way, a lot of you are asking me to do more comparisons, do battery tests and stuff. I'm going to be honest with you, right now, as of today, I don't have the device yet. I had the device for the day of the launch. For a day, I could test it. I could do anything I want. I could take pictures and all of that. So I made this trilogy of Galaxy S25, Galaxy S25 Ultra, and Galaxy S25 Plus. But usually after the launch, the YouTubers also get the review units to do the reviews. I didn't get them. There is nothing personal. I think it's just like the strategy of Samsung and the Samsung Austria and Switzerland. I had a talk with the Samsung marketing team and also Samsung director and product manager, all extremely friendly and nice people. Maybe I get it next week, but as of today, I don't have the device right now with me, so I cannot do any further tests for the channel, including the comparison to iPhone 16, OnePlus, and Vivo X200 Pro. I hope that I will get it next week. Stay tuned. Let's see how it works. Worst case scenario, I already pre-ordered both Galaxy S25 and Galaxy S25 Ultra, so I will test them, let's say, in the second week of February anyway. If you enjoyed this video, I also did a comparison of Galaxy S25 Ultra and Galaxy S24 Ultra, which you can watch next. Thanks for tuning into Tecmo, and I will see you in the next one.